Good evening, everyone. I am Mark, your fat friend,
And I'm James, your black friend,
and this is the Fat and Black Connection,
where we talk about where we talk about anything and everything, and as long as it's interesting to us.
Well, yeah. And hey, we are so great that before we even go live, before we're even on the screen, we're getting comments over at Kick. Hello, your streaming is impressive and keeps me eager for your next broadcast. I
Nice.
followed you because I see the effort you put in on the stream. Let's chat on Discord if you don't mind to be your fan.
What?
My username is Thomas J3. Welcome to the stream, Thomas J.
Sweet.
Um,
Hello, Thomas.
Appreciate the comment. I am Mark. It is 4th of July Eve, if you will.
Yes.
It is 8:04 p.m. on the Pacific left coast, west coast. And we are live. We are here. We are ready to engage. We have no Oak Bridge After Dark tonight, so it's just us.
Just us.
With lots of stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
Me and my fancy cheese.
Oh. Me and my fancy water.
Tell us about your fancy water.
Oh, it's just bubbly. Strawberry. Not super fancy, but Buble.
Well, I'm on week 3 of drinking my Arizona hard cocktails.
Yeah.
I saved these for this show, and I figure, might as well enjoy them here.
I figure. That sounds good.
Hey, we got Oak Ridge checking in.
Hello.
I believe that's probably Ashley. Speaking of which, we can officially announce that episode 1 has now broken over 1,000 downloads.
Yes, excellent.
Yes, checking just before the show started, Oak Bridge episode 1 is literally at completely 1,000 downloads.
1,000.
So, to think in a matter of about
it's been
10-ish days.
Yeah.
100 a day for something that, we don't spend a ton of money on marketing and stuff. We really rely on word of mouth. And
yeah.
So,
like I said, I've been spreading the word.
I wish I would see the cast members pushing harder because, there are a couple that I see regularly posting and pushing. But in general, especially with a cast the size of Oak Bridge, where I think we've got like 20-ish unique actors.
They might be pushing it and it's different now, just not on social media. I don't know. Because like I know I see Monica, I see uh Mr. Ravapati, Havish. Um I know Jessica has dropped a couple
Mhm.
on her social media.
Again,
Um,
as I said, I've seen
yeah.
some, but I wish everyone was pushing.
Oh, and of course Ashley pushing.
Oh, for sure.
I've been making sure that I get on there day of, or at least like the day of, or actually try to put it on the day before and get a post up and let people know it's coming the next day with the video and all that kind of stuff. I do it, or sometimes I do it on Wednesday after the show, after we show the little trailer here.
Mm. Speaking of which, I'll bet we'll have one very shortly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we will.
Speaking of like fancy drinks and fancy cheeses and stuff, did you see this? Did you have a chance to really take this in? The Dew Dogs
The
coming to a
okay,
market near you.
you were holding these? Is this did
So
you?
this is we've got the Major Melon Dew Dog, the of course original,
Yeah,
the Code Red, and
right.
the Baja Blast.
Right. Okay. So these are legit. Like, is that your hand? Like you saw these in the store?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, okay. I thought like no, because if that's this has to be a joke. These can't.
I
I mean,
I can't say for certain, but I would agree. I hope that this is a joke.
because those sound absolutely disgusting. There's nothing. There is no way like that. Those could even be delicious. Like no,
You wouldn't even give it a try.
I no I. I mean no. I don't think I could literally yuck.
Hmm. I just thought this was timely since tomorrow's 4th of July, and there's the nation's hot dog eating contest,
Yeah.
which I don't know if you heard, but the champion, six-time champion Joey Chestnut, has been banned from.
What? How do you ban him? Because he's
Um,
won 6 times?
because he has signed a contract with a different hot dog company to represent them
Oh,
in advertisements.
yikes, bro.
I mean, you got to get paid.
You
Why
gotta get
wouldn't
paid.
Why would
Yeah.
nations want to sign him?
That's what I would have been like, yo, you 6 time champ, bro. Let's get it.
And following up on our conversation around Oak Bridge Show says people are already recommending us on Reddit and Discord. Guess we're
I
doing something right.
look, I know I posted something on Reddit. Made 2 different posts on Reddit. In there, I think it was a sci-fi. There's like a sci-fi audio drama and there's an audio drama one or something like that. And so I made sure I posted it in there. I don't know. I haven't looked to see if it got traction or anything. I just was like, let me put this up so at least people know.
Well, since we're already talking about it, episode 2, chapter 2, Stranger Things Have Happened. It is available wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you
Wherever.
find it, if you're listening to the podcast somewhere and you haven't found it, let us know. We'll make sure it gets on there.
Yeah.
But with that being said, coming up Friday is going to be episode 3.
3.
I don't know what I
Oh, that's okay. We're going to Josh's after. We're going to go to Josh's house after and play. And I don't know what that is. He tells tabletop role playing game, and then you choose you character, and the dungeon master walks us through adventures through the dark city, something like that.
Do you want me to just play the trailer again so we don't have to listen to you ramble?
No, I'm just saying I think that's what that you said you weren't able to understand the dialogue, so I was just telling you what the dialogue was.
Yeah, so I thought, let's take a minute to, of course, show off the art for episode 2, Stranger Things Have Happened, and, of course, episode 3, The Roundtable, by fantastic artist, Jam the artist, as a matter of fact. Also known as one of the artists now a part of IC Sound Comics.
IC Sound.
which we'll be talking about some stuff there very briefly.
Yeah.
But how excited are you for episode 3 to make its premiere on Friday?
I've been excited for these shows to be released, the episodes to be released. So for this one, I'm pretty juiced. I like this episode. This is a bro. Yeah. This is a fun episode. We finally get to see I don't know, have they talked about the game? I don't know if they talked about it, but we get to see a little bit of character play within the kids.
So this is an audio drama, so you keep saying "see"
or here, sorry. But yeah, this one's a lot of fun. We are. I would also like to tell you we're currently working on episode 9. Nine was it's been a doozy so far, just because of all it's kind of a mess. But we're getting through it. I got notes. I got some notes I gotta get into Joe, and then I'm hoping for episode 9 to be in the can by like Monday, and then we'll be on episode 10, which is the last one of the season, and we'll be ready to go.
Yeah, 1 through 8 are uploaded. 1 through 2 have released. 3 this Friday. So 4 through 8 are ready to go. So talking about releases, and we're going to spend a couple minutes on this next topic, and I feel like it's probably going to be a little bit controversial, but I just kind of want to talk to you and get your sense of how you feel about this. And we're going to go through these one at a time. So let's try not to skip ahead, James. Let's try to stay focused.
Okay.
But we're going to talk about the Star Wars franchise timeline. Rotten Tomatoes came out with this recently. And of course, they updated it with the Acolyte to kind of say, okay, how is everything scored on Rotten Tomatoes?
Right.
So, we'll go ahead and start with 1977 Star Wars Episode 4, and these are not in.
They're not in chronologic order as far as time as for the movies go. This is in actual release date.
Yeah. So
release year, I should say.
Yeah. So 1977 Episode 4, New Hope, 93%. One of the highest scores on here.
Yeah.
I would tend to agree. I think it's one of the greatest films of all
time. It was a huge undertaking at the time. Like nobody had, George Lucas invented stuff for that. A lot of stuff was invented for this movie. So, but yeah, so I think the score is worthy.
Episode 5, 94%. So 1% higher.
Yeah.
It's not often that you see a sequel with a higher score than the original.
Well, most people enjoy Empire more than New Hope anyway, so.
Yeah, I've always said if I was just rating the 3 films, the original trilogy, then it would be, for me, 5, 4, 6 is how I would rank them.
Yeah.
Do you agree it does deserve a higher score?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and actually, it's always funny that that's the one that wasn't directed by George Lucas, and everybody likes that one more.
So Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, drops down 11% to 83. I feel like that's quite a drop. I would agree that out of the 3, it is my least favorite. The Jawa, or not the Jawas, the Wookiee, not the Wookiee. Good gosh, the Ewoks kill me. I knew I'd get there eventually.
I like the I've never had a problem with the Ewoks. The only reason I really enjoy this one is because this is the first time we see Yoda, and the last. No, we saw Yoda in Empire. Never mind, just kidding. This is the last time we see Yoda. But at the same time, I think, I don't know. I mean, I enjoyed the Ewoks. It is kind of a. Is that shorter than the other 2? It seems shorter. I don't know why.
You might be right. I mean, I don't know the runtime on each of these. I'm sure someone out there in nerddom can speak. So, of the thousands watching, someone let us know. Um, moving forward to, of course, probably if one of the, if not the worst Star Wars films, 51%, Episode 1, Phantom Menace.
See, and we were I remember we were so excited for this film.
Oh yeah, we camped out. We were there for release day, and
Yeah, like I remember, like my mom picked. Was that you and me and DeMello? I can't remember. Was he?
Scott Blake. Yep.
Yeah, it's got. Yeah, so I remember my mom picked us up. We got the tickets early. We went like right after school, and went to go see the movie. And like at the time, we I think we really enjoyed it just because it was at the time. But then after you had I liked it at the time, but then as I had time to reflect on it, I was just like, oh, that was not great.
I loved the opening and the music and the fanfare and everything, but I think walking out of the theater, it was exciting because it was Star Wars and it was in for our generation, right?
Yeah.
But it was, I think I felt immediately that it was a letdown. And Jimmy over at Pop Culture Kaboom says Episode 1 was one of the most disappointing, that's for sure. And for a guy that doesn't watch prequels, I'm guessing it's because of this. So next up, we get a little bit of an improvement with Attack of the Clones at 65%, Episode 2, which I would agree. I do think Episode 2 is better than Episode 1, but I think they actually gave it a little bit too much. I probably would have had it closer to 60, 61.
What is it rated at?
65.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, definitely. I think. Oh, there we go. Yeah, over the improvement of 1. Yes.
So moving on, they don't have it rated, but they have the Clone Wars, Star Wars Clone Wars, and I believe these are the micros.
I thought. See, this is what I'm confused. So this is where I get confused because I thought that this was like this was I thought this was a series that ran for a short time, and then they replaced it with the computer animated version.
No, I believe these were the hand drawn animated that was the micro series. Like each episode was like 7 or 9 minutes.
Okay.
Maybe
that's what I'm thinking of. I don't remember where that was. Was that on Cartoon Network or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I just kind of missed them.
So they didn't rate this, which is good because.
Do they have those anywhere? I haven't even seen them on Disney Plus.
I am sure that you can find them somewhere on the interwebs.
Yeah.
And Jimmy says not because it was a prequel, but because of Jar Jar.
Everybody hates on Jar Jar, bro.
Next up, we've got Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith at 79%, which, at the time, when I think about watching it way back when, I didn't think it was great, but I do reflect on Episodes 2 and 3 now and think that they definitely are better, especially because of the Clone Wars, which we'll talk about in a minute, but at 79%, so 14% better than Episode 2.
My biggest issue with this was having Darth Vader talk at the end of this film. Yeah, that was like I was like, why? You just
Padme.
Yeah. And like, breaking
Vader smash.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, yuck. But also like the fact that he was such a whiny, like, like the whole thing with Obi-Wan, so disappointed.
You were the chosen one.
Yeah. You were the chosen one. I hate you. I hate you. And like drools coming out his mouth after he got his legs chopped off and he's lying in lava, or not lying in lava, but he's like catches on fire from the lava pits, and it was a mess.
Yes. And according to Jimmy, the worst no in history. I'm sorry, the Rost no in history. Then we get the Clone Wars animated not feature film, but animated film, which was the prequel to the series, if you will.
Yeah.
It
Actually,
kinda-
and that's the weird part is that
yes. Go ahead.
this movie actually falls somewhere after the first couple episodes
Mhm.
of the actual Clone Wars series, and then this movie gets jammed in there.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was a buddy of mine. Actually, he's worked with us before. Mike Leone. A number of years ago, on Facebook I sent out a message like, "Hey, is there?" Because I was watching Clone Wars and I was like, "Huh? How is this even possible?" Like things got kind of all messed up within, and I was like, "How does this work?" And so he sent me, "This is how you're an actual list of how you're supposed to watch them."
Yeah.
And the movie is like number 3 or 4 on that list.
Yeah. So it got 18%. I don't get me wrong. I don't think it's great, but I feel like that 18 is really
That
low.
18 is really low. I think it also, I mean, other Star Wars movies don't have a whole lot of context to, like, at the start of the film. We kind of know it. This was kind of that, yeah. So 18, I definitely don't agree with that. Like, it's definitely not great, but I think it's better than 18.
Yeah, I think when I reviewed this earlier, I think this was probably the one that I most disagreed with. Everything else is close, within 10-ish% of what I would probably say. I don't know that I would have called this fresh, but I definitely would have put this probably somewhere in closer to like 40-50% range,
Yeah.
because it's certainly not worse than episode 1. Moving on, so we move into the Clone Wars, the animated series,
Yes.
which they gave a 93%, which I think is well deserved.
Yep.
And especially when you factor in the last season, which was Disney Plus, which I don't know if they did, but if you do factor that in, man.
Yeah, that was a really great ending to that show.
Now, this next one really, really surprised me at 98% Star Wars Rebels, which
That doesn't surprise me at all.
That high, I think it's good. I certainly would put it in the high 80s, low 90s, but 98.
I mean, maybe they're going off of, I don't know what they're going off of, but I think like the way that show kind of built, and then like the way it ended, I was happy with that. I was happy, so I was good with it. So
Okay,
I like that score.
okay. So then we move into, of course, the new trilogy, if you
Right.
will. Episode 7, The Force Awakens, at a 93, which I think is high.
Yeah, I mean it's about the same as what was New Hope.
New Hope was 93.
Yeah, so I mean, like it's basically New Hope. I mean,
Which it certainly was not.
I mean, like as far as like it's the story itself was basically New Hope. But yeah, no, I mean as far as I don't know if I'd give it a 93.
I would not. I would at best have given this like somewhere in the mid high 80s at best. Especially when you see the next one, which is Rogue One, at 84.
How is that 84?
Right? I don't understand, because
That makes zero sense. That was way better. That was like, honestly, that Rogue One
is a 90, like 99 for me.
as a standalone movie. Rogue One is amazing. Like Rogue One is probably one of my favorite Star Wars movies.
Yeah. I would put Rogue One literally at 98, 99%.
Yeah,
So-
damn near perfect.
So I don't understand how episode 7 is at 93 with Rogue One 84.
That makes no sense. And I think it's also because I saw Rogue One in D-box seats in Union Landing, the seats that move,
Mm-hmm.
and like that is crazy. As far as like you're for a Star Wars movie, that's crazy because you're feeling like the walking and the flying and all that kind of stuff. It was
Next up, we got episode 7, Last Jedi, at 91%, which I think
Ow.
is high.
How
Yeah. So where would you put it?
I'd put that I'd put that probably below. I'd put that under. It's under Force Awakens, but I'd put that again like mid 80s.
See, and I was thinking low 80s. I would swap those two scores right there. Like I think easily Rogue One should be at minimum 91. You
Yeah.
could swap those two scores, and I'd be much more agreeable. And I think maybe even 84 is a little high. And Jimmy over Pop Culture Kaboom says this is a shill score. Moving on, we go to Solo, a Star Wars story at 69%, which I frankly think is high.
Yeah, that wasn't great. I mean, like I like once I finally got over the fact that it was like so I thought silly me. I thought it was going to be something that started with Han's death and then basically him having like the whole uh you know life flashing before your eyes type thing and so we see kind of his beginnings, but it wasn't that lucky. And yeah, it just wasn't that great. I mean, it was nice. The only thing, the really saving grace of this film was seeing the Kessel Run.
I guess, and even then, I didn't think that was great. I would have, if it was me, this is in the 40s, and that's I think being kind.
Yeah,
I didn't enjoy it at all.
Yeah, I think also because there was a couple things that I really enjoyed, like seeing him get the Millennium Falcon, the ejection of the pod. So we see the new shape, the current shape. We see young Lando, and so that's the thing that I enjoyed. I enjoyed those little things about it, like the little nuanced things, like and then talking about the Red Dawn, which we see kind of later on, Attack of the Clones and Rebels and all that kind of stuff. So I was like, for that, I was like, all right, cool. I'm okay with it. But other than that, yeah, it just wasn't great.
All right. Next up, we've got Star Wars Resistance, another animated series at 92.
I have only seen the first couple episodes of this show. I fell off. Like it was on, I think it was on Disney Channel and
XD.
Yeah, it was on XD. And the problem with this wasn't, I didn't have that at the time. So I think I was trying to see if they didn't have it on Hulu. And when XD was on there, they only had like the stupid cartoons.
But it's on Disney Plus now.
Yeah, I just haven't sat down and watched it.
I've watched it. I've watched most of it. It's okay. I certainly wouldn't give it a 92. I'd put it somewhere in the mid 80s. I don't know. Yeah. Then we've got episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, 52.
That was an absolute mess. Like so many different stories came to a weird head, and then like I got confused. I got confused towards the end. I was like, okay.
I mean that's not uncommon for you to get confused by things. I'm just saying.
No, not by something that I actually enjoy. Like, but the whole thing just it did not come to a good. I was disappointed leaving the theater on this one.
I think this is the only Star Wars film that I have never rewatched. I have rewatched every other Star Wars film, or watched every other Star Wars film at least one additional time, and I just can't bring myself to go back and rewatch this.
I think I started rewatching this and I stopped because I was trying to see if there's something I missed, and that's what I was like.
So next up, we move into a little bit more recent things. 2019, The Mandalorian, only at 90%.
That makes no sense to me.
Yeah,
it's not even certified fresh, bro. Like, no. I mean, that should be certified for sure.
And Jimmy regrets having watched episode 9. I agree. Bad Batch, 88%. Again, that's surprising.
Also low to me.
Book of Boba Fett, 66%. Don't get me wrong. I think
Wasn't
not my favorite,
but actually I think the adding the Mandalorian part into this into the series actually gives it a higher score, honestly. What was that?
maybe.
We said Mandalorian season, what was that, 2.5?
Uh-huh.
So I mean, like, honestly, like, I'm like 66.
I feel like it's a little low.
Yeah,
I
it's a
feel
little
like
low.
I
Like
feel like
75
70s,
maybe.
low 70s. I'd accept.
I'd give it, yeah, I mean 75. I definitely would.
Mandalorian should be like high 90s.
Yeah,
Bad Batch should be
at least in
low mid.
90s.
Yeah.
And
Star Wars Visions
that's
won 98.
that's also that is surprising as hell to me, because Visions is not I mean, it's not connected in any way. There's shorts from different animation from different studios in Japan, which I'm okay with. But some of the stories are very childish. Some stories are serious, but overall, like, excuse me. I mean, Vision season 2 is definitely, I found more interesting than season 1, but I don't think 98 is not where I'd put it.
No, I think this is pandering.
I think they literally, because of I think it's the this is now, is this the critics, this is the critics choice ones?
I believe these are the critics' scores, not the
Okay.
people's score.
Yeah, because the critics scores are, but like I mean, because I think that they are absolutely, I mean, like, this Visions, that score should be on, like, on Mandalorian 98. I could put this, I could put that 90 that Mandalorian has on Bad Batch. That 88, I'm not really, but yeah, like, Boba Fett was good. I enjoyed it, but overall, yeah, not great, but definitely better than Visions. So
I mean, I would put Visions in the mid high 80s. I'd be fine with that. 98
yeah, a
is
98
just
is
insane to me.
way too high.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, again, another surprising that 82. I actually really enjoyed this. I thought this should be
I liked Kenobi as
low
well.
90s.
Yeah, I could understand low 90s, but not 82.
Uh,
I would really like to know how their scoring works.
Andor 96, which I
Definitely
liked Andor. I think Andor is one of my favorite so far, but I was very surprised to see this high of a score for it.
I'm not. I mean, Andor was actually really good. It got, the only thing that it got really slow towards it. Like, there was that slow stretch in the prison. It was kind of slow. But yeah, overall, I think it was. Yeah, I really enjoyed Andor.
I can't wait for season 2
Yeah,
at some point. Ahsoka 86.
that's. I mean, yeah. I mean, I think that's kind of right. I mean, I'd probably bump it up to at least a 90.
I was gonna say, the way you were fanboying out while that series was airing when we were talking about it, I'm surprised that you didn't
Yeah,
think
no,
it should
the
be
only
like a
reason-
99.
No, because the only reason is just because the way it ended. I was kind of like, oh,
It was to
what?
set up a season 2, man.
Yeah, it was. I
Or to
understand.
set up the film or whatever.
Yeah, I understand that part, but it was just at the same time, it was kind of like, wait, what? Huh? How is okay, I guess. But yeah, so the ending kind of disappointed it for me. But overall, like, yes, I did enjoy the series, but I would have put it at least in the 90s, not in 80s.
And finally, Star Wars Acolyte 85.
So far,
I disagree with it being that low.
Yeah.
I mean, I if it was only, so I've watched through yesterday, so episode 6.
yeah,
If you had asked me after the first 4 episodes, 3 or 4 episodes, I probably would have been fine with this score. I would have said 85, maybe a couple higher. But after these last 2 episodes,
yeah,
I think that it should be certainly 90s,
yeah.
low 90s.
Like I said, I'm not 100% caught up. I'm missing the last episode, but overall, I've enjoyed this show. And like, the hate that this show has been getting, I'm like, I don't understand why.
No, I don't either at
Like,
all.
I've enjoyed the I've enjoyed, the action of this series. I've enjoyed the kind of intrigue of this series. I've enjoyed the backstories that they've shown to this series. I've enjoyed this series. So I don't know what all the hate is about.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know, but needless to say, that is according to the Rotten Tomato critics over the franchise timeline of Star Wars. There isn't much that you and I agreed on with them. There are some that were close.
Yeah. But
But
see, and again, that's critics, and you're talking to people, people who are fans of the series and the films and stuff. So, I mean, I would like to see what the fan scores are on that.
you are welcome to look that up and do the research and let me know. No, not going to do it.
I'll look it up. I wonder if they have a fan timeline like that. We'll see.
And Jimmy says they should release the audience scores for each in that timeline.
That's what I'm saying. I think they should have both of them on there. Because when they put out Rotten Tomato scores on, they have the critics and then they have like the fan scores right next to it. So
switching gears a little bit, this last week we got our first glimpse at Agatha All Along.
It's actually being made.
And Jimmy says he'll do it. He'll put the information together. He'll have it on the show this Sunday.
All right, cool. Actually, Jimmy, I need to talk with you about something later, but
okay. So where did we find that chart? I'd have to go back and look, but I don't remember. So Agatha All Along in this image doesn't really give much away, except we do see a returning character from what was it called?
WandaVision.
WandaVision.
Was she in WandaVision?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, she was the Vision's boss's wife. In the first episode.
Yes.
But we see a door opening in what appears to be like a basement to a subber basement.
Yes, with light and fog.
And Jimmy says, "I told you, James, half now, half when the job is done."
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm kind of like beyond the point of caring about this.
Yeah, I mean, it went way too long.
WandaVision was the first series on Disney Plus of the Marvel Universe. We're like 5 years later.
You would have had me if it had come out like maybe I'd have given it even a year. Like I thought it was supposed to be like soon after it. I mean, maybe it was COVID. I don't know, but whatever it was, it's like, bro, you took way too long. Like, and then like what the 10 name changes? I know that's exaggeration, but like it was just like you kept changing the name, you kept pushing it back and back and back, and it was just like I kind of was like, oh, that's still coming. Okay.
Yeah, maybe it'll be great. I'm beyond caring at this point.
I mean, I know I'll watch it, but
yeah.
I'll watch it, but at the same time, I'm not really like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of disappointing. Like right now, I'm not excited for anything Marvel right now. And it's not to say, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm looking forward to Deadpool, Wolverine, but I feel like it's going to be like a separate and aside from Marvel Cinematic Universe that, yes, probably will bring things in. But when I think about like the Marvel television shows, and when I think like the only thing that I can think that I'm really excited about is, of course, Daredevil Rebirth.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I'm just at a point where like I'm not excited for much.
As I said, I think we got superheroed out.
Yeah, I think they just hitting us with 4 movies a year plus series maybe was a little too much.
Yeah, I think I mean, like I said, I think there was like, and then like just the now DC try to come up with their stuff. I'm like, bro, this is the
Too late.
worst. It's the worst possible time. If you're gonna get on it, you should have got on it years ago. Like you pushed a team up film like 2 movies in, and it wasn't great. I haven't seen the black Justice League, black and white Justice Leagues, the Zack Snyder, like
Don't.
anyway,
Don't.
but the whole thing was like, bro, Marvel took years before we got an Avengers film. You guys did like 2 films, and then you threw these characters into Batman versus Superman, which was awful, and you all of a sudden just give me a team up film. Like, what?
I mean, to be clear, it was only 5 films before the Avengers. So I mean, it's not like it was.
No, I mean, I'm not saying it, but it took a few years before we actually got that. It wasn't like, because it was like,
It was like 3.5 years.
was it that?
Yeah.
It seemed longer. I don't know, but maybe just because it's been a while, and I'm just thinking about like
I'm just saying it was the 6th
the
film,
the anticipation for it all.
and then it wasn't that much longer until we got an Avengers 2. And
Right, and then then everything kind of sped up. But I'm just saying, as far as that first team up film, like it was just like Marvel did what Justice League kind of needed to do, but Justice League was just not good.
Hey, at least all of the characters that were the original 6 of the Avengers were introduced prior to
Yeah.
the Avengers film.
And like, I don't even think Cyborg was an original member of Justice. He wasn't. He definitely wasn't an original member of the Justice League.
No. So keep it on Marvel. We got the first trailer for season 2 of Hitmonkey.
I've never actually sat. I mean, I know the series exists. But for some reason, I don't know why. I just never really sat down and watched it at all.
You have not watched Hitmonkey yet?
No, it's because it's like, it just kind of, I until you posted this, I knew about it, but I actually kind of almost forgot about it.
Wow. I would challenge you to go back and watch it, or
Okay,
not go back. I guess go watch it.
Watch it. Okay.
Yeah, because it's a really good show. I enjoyed it. Anything that involves a monkey that becomes an assassin with a ghost pal must be good. Who would have ever thought that Mike Tyson having
the
a
Mike Tyson
cartoon
mysteries
would have been great. It was great with a talking pigeon voiced by
Norm Macdonald.
Norm Macdonald. Who would have thought, right?
Like that
Great.
was a Mike Tyson mysteries was actually really funny though. I actually really enjoyed Mike Tyson mysteries.
But you would have never thought, right? Like,
No, I think I started watching it as like, I was like, what? I think I stumbled upon it. I was like, nah, bruh. And then I was just like, oh, okay.
Sticking with some Disney properties, Magic Kingdom, Tiana's Bayou Adventure is now officially open.
Yeah.
Are you? How you feeling about that?
I'm interested to see what it looks like. I won't watch I won't watch a ride through of it just because I actually want to do it before and then maybe watch it.
I have not watched the ride through yet. I want to. I have posted it. I've watched snippets.
Yeah, I just don't want to. I don't want to. I mean, I watched like the reveal thing they did with like seeing what some of the with the costumes and how like the animatronics and stuff like that, which I thought was pretty dope. But yeah, I just don't want to. I don't want that. So that kind of stuff I've seen, and that's cool because it doesn't give anything away. Some of the sketch drawings, it's just sketch drawings. It doesn't actually necessarily mean that's actually what's in the ride. So whatever. I mean, I want to ride the ride, but I'm again, it's one of those things where I don't want to see what is on it until I actually ride it. You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough. So I want to.
Wait, because isn't the Magic Kingdom one? Is it longer or is it the same? Is it the same?
Magic Kingdom is slightly longer. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So I do want to switch gears for a moment because I want to talk about something that's vitally important to our nation. So, of course, that means it's time for a civil civics connection moment. So, this last week, of course, was the great debate between the Republican candidate Donald J. Trump versus the Democrat candidate Joseph Robinette Biden. Uh, did you happen to watch the debate?
Yeah.
Did you watch it in its entirety, or did you watch snippets after the fact?
No, I watched the entire thing.
Did you watch it live?
Yes.
Okay. You and I have not discussed this previously, so this is really kind of a fresh take, if you will. So I just wanted to, see what your thoughts were of the debate in general to start.
It was a train wreck.
As a whole, were there pieces? Do you think the moderators were good? Like, can you
I
give me a little
mean,
bit more specific?
um, I like Jake Tapper, but the moderators weren't great. Um, just there was little bits and snippets that were okay, but overall it was like um Biden Biden didn't look great. He was giving, like some of his answers were good, but he was slow. He wasn't the following day, the speech that he gave was like, I was like, what, bro? Like, come on, like that's what we needed. That's what you needed last night.
Well, I
But
mean, to be fair, there's a difference between being on a
right,
teleprompter versus.
right. But at the same time, it's just one of those things where that at least the energy part. But yeah, but then like, I'm not even sure if Trump answered a single question. I mean, I think he might have answered like a couple, but everything else just kind of just
Oh,
didn't
there were
even.
multiple times where the moderators would say to either of the candidates, "Okay, you've got 52 seconds
Yeah,
left.
like, would you like
Here's the
to?
question again."
Yeah, so it was just
And that
like,
was
so
both
that
of them.
was.
Trump more, I would agree, but they both did it.
Yeah, no, and I mean, it was just, yeah, like I said, it was a mess.
So overall, are you feeling good about this election? Are you feeling like you're excited to go vote for someone, or
Um, not as much anymore, but I mean, of course, I always vote. So, um,
do you think so? There's a lot of news media reporting on both sides that there are conversations about potentially maybe Biden should step aside. What are your thoughts on that?
like if that was going to happen, I think it should have happened already. I mean, it should have happened before this. Um, like I mean, again, I don't, I'm not in the know of like, how all of this works at this point in time. Like, I just don't know how all that would work. But I mean, um, there's been people who are in his camp that say that he's good, whatever. um I don't know.
I mean,
I
they've
it
been
just
saying that, right?
Yeah. And so like the main thing is that I'm just like, at this point I'm just like, if you're gonna do it, do it. If not, like, I don't know. Like I said, I just, this is one of those things where I'm just like, ugh.
Fair. So, if you were judging this kind of like a boxing match, so to speak, Would you say that there was a win either way, or did this come down to a judge's decision, or how would you score this?
Yeah, like honestly, it was just like, um, yeah, yeah. No, but I mean, pretty much like nobody really won this. But like, if it was like
The
Trump,
American people certainly didn't.
yeah. I mean, if you were probably looking at it from just a the standpoint of like being, very boisterous and being very just, you know, very, I guess you could say, alive, would be Trump. But again, like it was an absolute, like I said before, it was an absolute train wreck.
Well, we've got some folks checking in with some thoughts. Anything with me, he is amazing.
Mhm.
Not sure what that means. And how can Trump run if he isn't allowed to vote?
That's a well, yeah, that's I think it's a it's a Florida thing that if you're convicted someplace else that you might still be able to vote. I don't remember. I heard something about this was a couple weeks ago, but um I haven't followed up on that at all. So
Um, yeah, well, and it's not all states that don't allow voting for felons. That's not a federal rule.
that's
Um,
like I know Florida has like a state rule or something like that, but
well, with that, this has been a civil civics moment. So back to our regularly scheduled stuff. So this last week, well, I shouldn't say this last week.
I really thought this was I saw this pulled up and I thought this was about to be our matter of national importance. And I was like, yes, that is 100% part of national importance right here.
Well, it still is. So for those of you keeping track at home, we've got an event coming up in a week and 2 days. Uh, Silver Age Comic Con in the Reno Sparks Convention Center. Estimated 15 to 20,000 people will be in attendance. 97 and Now Productions will be there in full force with Icy Sound Comics.
Bam.
And we will be releasing our first ever Ash Can for the Murphy's Inc. comic book issue 1.
How many of those are we getting?
Well, so as a matter of fact, just this morning, arriving at my doorstep were the official, actual Ash cans.
Nice.
This is full size. This is
Nice.
the real deal.
Nice. Nice.
So
is that the middle page like we planned?
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's. Oh no, I disappeared.
I was like, yeah, cool.
So
I was just really hoping that it was the middle page like we talked about because I kind of want one and take it out.
No, you get no copies if that's what you're doing. Because if that's really what you want, let's wait till it's colored, and you can always get.
Oh, the big one.
You could have this one once I get a colored one.
All right. But I mean,
we're not talking about race here, people.
I probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't do that because I actually have not destroyed any comic books ever.
Yeah, please don't if you're going to take a copy. So we do have a limited amount of copies. This is a first run, so this will, my prediction, be a collector's item. I only ran 250.
Oh.
Of which, of course, the individuals involved with Icy Sound Comics will get 5 each. So at Silver Age Comic Con, there will only be 225 available.
Oh, okay.
So we're expecting 10,000 plus people. I'm expecting these all to go.
Are we splitting it up? Are we splitting it up between the 2 days, or are we just?
No, it's first come first serve as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, okay. So we're just okay. So it's all about. It's just you get there, you get one.
So no, they're not free. To be clear.
No, I'm saying like they're what? Yeah, that's good. Give them that info.
So they're $5. It's $5.
Yeah.
It's a first release. You're getting a beautiful color cover. You're also getting your own small version of the Mickey. You're getting the sneak peek of what is to come for Icy Sound Comics.
Yeah.
And with that being said, talking about the Mickey.
Dead in his tracks. Oh, steamboat. Ooh, steamboat. Steamboat, please. Steamboat, take me back home to my love.
What a great song.
That's right, folks. There will be 100 11 by 17
0
exclusive prints, and these are free. These
those
are
are free.
first come, first serve for the first 100 folks at Silver Age Comic Con.
But that's on Saturday. Is that only on Saturday?
Saturday only.
Only.
So
you come on Friday, you can buy the ash can and get a sneak peek of what you're gonna be getting. But on Saturday, you gotta be there early so you can get one of these.
Friday's not open to the public. That's just for us to go in and set up and stuff.
Oh,
the event is Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, my bad. I thought though. I thought it was Friday. I don't know why I thought it was Friday and Saturday. But anyways, yes. Saturday and Sunday. But yes. Anyway.
So if you are planning to be at Silver Age Comic Con, you're going to want to be one of those first 100 through the door, because this thing again
Saturday
is going to be a collector's item. Lawrence and Diego, who are the artists on this piece and on most of the pieces, have said they are willing to sign every single copy.
Nice.
So you're going to want this. I'm telling you right now, because we're going to be showing off some more art here in a couple minutes.
Nice.
First looks at things. And you're going to want to get on this because, again, Icy Sound Comics is releasing 6 issue ones over the next year to 12 to 14 months. Stop saying it's free. You're making it sound like everything is free.
No, I'm saying
just the 11 by 17, this Mickey
That's what I'm saying.
This Silver Age Comic Con exclusive at 11 by 17.
You get it signed.
Yes, the signature will be free. The 100 prints, 11 by 17, those are free.
Right. The ash can is $5.
Now stop with the free, okay? And we've also discussed, if you do a commission piece with Lawrence Diego or Jam Justin, the artist, we will give you, if we still have them in stock, if you do a custom commission piece, you will get one of the ash cans included. So you don't have to pay for that separately.
Nice.
Yeah. So, but with all that being said, get there early.
Yeah.
You don't want to miss out on this.
Nah.
I mean, I'm fully expecting us to blow through all of this stuff. But with that said, I am in the process of designing some banners for Icy Sound Comics to potentially have up at the event, and I'm hoping this will be one of the banners. And my goal is, I'm working with Lawrence and Diego, hoping to get this colored in time instead of the black and white. So this would be a 3x6 banner.
I don't know, like the black and white is still dope, dude. Like,
for sure, but I think having the color would take it to the next level.
Okay.
Especially if I'm going to pay for a color banner to be print. You know.
Oh yeah. I feel you.
So this is of course Murphy's Ink. Next up for a banner, we've got the Mickey Mouse in the Fantastic Worlds of Steamboat Willie, which of course includes that awesome Mickey versus the Squid.
Awesome.
Coming up next is your very exclusive, and James, you haven't even seen this.
Oh,
Your first time ever seeing an image. Fantastic Fury,
oh,
Fury Frog.
I like it.
Obviously, you've got the what is that tower? The Trans-American
Oh, the
Pyramid
Trans-American
Tower.
building? Yeah.
Yeah. So clearly takes place in San Francisco. This is the first ever sneak peek of Fantastic Furious Fury Frog. What do you think? Because again, you haven't seen this, so
That's cute. No, I like it. I kind
and of course this next one, you have seen some of this, but you have not seen it in its entirety. Midgard. The price of freedom is to wage war against all of the gods of old.
So are these two different covers or these two different?
These are two different characters.
Oh, two different characters. Oh, okay.
So,
Dark. I like it. Like,
so
again, these look like if you put these on a T-shirt, they look like rock band T-shirts.
oh, for sure. I want to go find the Midgard band.
Like they look like not even like a rock band. They're like metal.
Oh, for
Like a
sure.
metal band.
For sure. And we've got Jimmy
Fans of this show, if
Ford F.
we get some fans of this show, we go ahead. We just, if you guys play instruments, you can start the Midgard band. Like it has to be like a metal band.
But the thing I want to point out that I think is very important to note is the difference in artistic style on each of these.
Yeah,
And this is just 4 of the 6.
yeah,
We still have Deebs, which we've shown some exclusive artwork from before.
right.
And we've got Light Trail, which you know pretty
Yeah.
well. So this is just 4 of the 6.
Yeah, crazy.
So we're coming hard to Silver Age.
That's gonna be dope, bro.
So switching gears, if we shall, we're going to talk about some upcoming stuff. So we've got Cobra Kai season 6.
Have you watched the show? All the
Oh
way?
yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
Have you not?
I don't know. I think because everybody was talking about it, I just was like, okay. I just never really got into it.
You never got into it. Did you watch it? I don't understand.
I think I watched one. I caught it. I think it was because I caught an episode randomly in like the middle, and I was just like, huh?
How would you catch an episode randomly in the middle? This is on Netflix.
I know. Like I think I was someplace and they had it on, and I was just like, huh? Like what's? And I kind of watched it, but I wasn't really watching it, so I was kind of like,
I feel like it's a guilty pleasure show. It's not something
Is
I
it?
should like, but I actually really like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
there's the nostalgia about it, of course. But I really enjoy it. So when I heard that 6 was coming and the trailer just released,
This is
I was
it,
like,
right?
That's what they've said. This is it.
Okay. Well,
And season 6 will be broken up into 2 parts. It sounds like.
yeah. Wait, does that mean that did it say July 1st? What did it say?
I don't even remember the date.
I thought it said July 1st, so that means it would already be out.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know if that's right.
What does he mean by 4F? Oh,
Fantastic.
Furious. Fast Dude. Okay.
Yeah, Fantastic Furious Fury Frog.
Yeah.
Next up, Wicked changed its release date, moved up to just before Thanksgiving.
Oh, because it was
It was a December release.
Yeah, it was Christmas. It was like right
Yeah.
before Christmas, wasn't it?
Correct.
Yeah.
So they're trying to capitalize on that holiday season.
money. Yeah. I mean, that's actually kind of a smart move. I ain't gonna lie, because the movie's done. It's already So if it's done, you might as well get that money out of it.
Yeah, if you're ready to go, get it out there.
Yeah.
So what do you? We've talked about Wicked. Obviously, they're playing in a little bit more to the pink and green here, which
I dig
is.
that.
And a question I meant to ask you: have you read the books?
No, I haven't read the books.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean I've heard of the books, which is I know it's Wicked and then Son of a Witch. I think is there another one? I don't know.
I have no idea. I just know after last week, or not last week's, but the last time we talked about it, uh, my wife had asked if you had read the books because she has read the first book and she loves Wicked the musical. But she does say that the book is significantly different than the musical.
Oh, that doesn't. Well, actually, kind of surprises me, but doesn't.
And
Um.
I have no idea what Jeff is talking about. He's saying it's a collab with Lego,
Oh.
um, which unless he means that there are going to be Wicked Lego sets, which that's possible. But
Yeah,
the
I think
film,
I think no, not the film, but I think he's talking about. I think that's what he's talking about. There'll be Lego sets that are.
I'd get down on some of those Lego sets for
Yeah,
sure. Then.
100%.
Especially like if there's one of the Great and Powerful Oz and
Emerald
the Emerald
City,
City
all
in
that, yeah,
general, and
yeah,
I'd totally get down.
yeah.
I mean, I'd get down if there was a Wizard of Oz original set like Munchkin Village or
You know what?
whatever.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if after this film they if they do this Lego thing, then I think I could see them going back and doing the original movie stuff too.
Yeah, I would love a Munchkin Village that
That would be
part of the set has like Dorothy's house on the witch and just her
yeah.
legs sticking out.
You'd have to actually build. You'd have to actually build the. You'd have to build the house too.
Yeah,
That'd be. I mean, I'd be down with that. That'd be cool to see too.
yeah, like with the yellow brick road laid in and stuff. That would
Yeah,
be.
that'd be awesome.
I'd be all for that. And of course, this image that I pulled for this, and of course,
Stupid.
Jeff asked if we're referring to Kevin Nash as the Great and Powerful Oz, because of course that was a character he played while in WCW before coming to WWF back in the day.
What?
Did you not know this?
No, I didn't know about that.
Yes.
Oh man.
Yeah. The before he became Diesel in WWF, he was the Great and Powerful Oz in WCW.
The OZ.
So this next one, the image that I found appears to have been made with AI, but Jackpot, a film coming to Amazon Prime. Did you check out this trailer?
Of course I did, because John Cena's in it. And then
I would not have even given this a second look, except that John Cena was, on the cover of the trailer, and I was like, okay.
And I'm a fan, and I also like Aquafina.
She's fine. I would not have watched the trailer just because of her, but because John Cena was there, I did. And seeing that Simu Liu
Yeah, Lou
is it's like, are we getting the band back together to get ready for Shang-Chi?
I think isn't that no, it's not done yet. I think they're still filming that.
Yeah, they're that's not done.
Yeah.
And Jimmy says, no pun intended. I didn't see it.
Because John
And
Cena. You can't see me.
Yabba dabba doo. So I'm a little confused. So it seems like in the universe in which this film is set, everyone is in lotteries, and somebody is announced as the winner, and they win X amount of dollars unless they get murdered before the end of that day, and whoever murders them gets that money.
Mr. Jack, yeah. So here's my question though. So let's say so you win and you get murdered, and then would they automatically win, or would they have to finish out the rest of those hours, and could they get murdered? So
that was not made clear by the trailer.
It's a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
But everybody's after her at this point.
So it is definitely an interesting premise, clearly comedic film.
Yeah.
I could see this being a non-comedic film and done a completely different way, where it's more like The Purge or something.
Yeah.
But that's not the direction
they
went
knew
comedy.
They knew what they had. They knew what they had, and they were like, "Nah, there's nothing serious about this film."
So I'm not gonna lie, I'm lightweight interested in this. I'm not juiced about it, but
I entered the contest already, so
I entered the contest as well. For those of you that are interested, go to Jackpot.
Jackpot.
The jackpotjackpot.com.
Oh, yeah, right.
and you can win a gold bar and wings for 10 years. Which, if you read the fine print, did you read the fine print, James?
Nah.
Of course you didn't. So the fine print says that when they say wings for 10 years, what that really means is you will receive a $5,000 gift certificate or gift card to Buffalo Wild Wings, which they estimate that the average person would eat $500 a year. I hate that.
That's a lot of money.
Not really. I mean, if you think about it, right, $500 a year at Buffalo Wild Wings, that's maybe 10 trips.
Is it?
So that's less than one a month, I think.
I don't go to Buffalo Wild Wings enough to really look at the prices.
I mean,
I look at the prices when I go.
You go get a pound of wings, and that's $20.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I guess if you figure $20 plus tip, and that's all you're doing, right? $25. So we'll say it's $25 a visit. So you're getting $500 a year. That's maybe 20 visits, and that's if all you get, right? No drink,
yeah. It only covers, and that gift certificate only covers the wings. It doesn't cover anything else.
They didn't specify that much.
I'm just kidding. It probably covers more, but if it's a gift certificate, it probably gets you whatever. But yeah,
I'm more interested in that gold bar because I feel like depending on, they said it's a big gold bar, so because right now gold is going for about $2,200 an ounce. So a gold bar, I'm expecting that to be, maybe a couple dozen ounces. So that'd be a nice chunk of change.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why they arrived at gold bar, but I'll take it.
Gold bar, it's just more fun.
So what else you got going on? You mentioned before we went on the air that you did some singing today.
Yeah, we did some singing for the 4th of July, just for the traveling public. It was a good time. It was kind of a long day, and plus it was hot. I mean, not inside as much, but it was just not. It wasn't. For some reason, like it was really hot over in our international terminal where I normally work. But overall, like I said, it was good time. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I started going back to the gym too.
Really?
Yeah. So I started going to EOS. I have one like literally down the street. So I was like, okay, you know what? And so I've only gone a couple times because I literally just got it. So I've gone a couple times, and yeah, it's been good. It's actually really nice gym. A lot of amenities. So I gotta, because I've been going after work. Because I come home and I'm just kind of sitting around. I'm not going every day, of course. I'm like going every other day, or trying to go every other day. But yeah, it was just it's really nice. Even at night, there's a few people. There's not a whole bunch of people there. There's a few people there, and everybody just kind of coming in, getting that late night work out in, and I go for I've gone. First time I went for a little over an hour. Second time I went for about an hour. So, I'm doing about an hour each time. So it's a good time. Nice. I've enjoyed it. Yeah.
And what are you working on primarily?
So like I go in, do a little bit of cardio, 15, 20 minutes, just cardio. And then like the first day I did just leg stuff, and then the last time I went I did mostly arms. I hit legs at the end, of course, or not of course, but I hit some legs at the end. But I'd also focus on lower back. So next time I go, I'm gonna work on like the upper back and chest and stuff. So, yeah, and actually, I have one of the guys that I work with. He trains for like the bodybuilding competitions. So I'm not trying to do all that, but we're gonna go. I think this coming up week. We're gonna hit it after work. So he's like, yeah, I can show you kind of what I do and, give you my routine. I was like, yeah, no, it'd be dope. At least, so I know I kind of have, a way to a focus.
And we are just a few weeks away from the Olympics.
Yeah. I do enjoy the Olympics.
Jeff is juiced, bro, on a whole new meaning.
Stupid.
So are you excited about the Olympics?
I enjoy the Summer Olympics.
I know you're a big Simone Biles fan.
I do enjoy Simone Biles. I actually just like watching. I don't know, like this is the one time a year where I'm actually like I'm interested in sports that I don't even know anything about. I know they have like breakdancing starting this year, which is like I'm very interested to see how that works.
I know that.
Yeah. It's like I guess it's I don't know what exactly it falls under, but I'm interested to see some of the skateboarding, basketball, of course. Definitely interested to see how Simone Biles does. In the gymnastics, I always like watching gymnastics. I'm actually interested in watching the men's gymnastics this year because I ended up accidentally watching. I didn't purposely watch it. I just turned it on, and I kind of got drawn in on watching the men's gymnastics qualifier, and I was like, oh dang, like okay, I'm interested. How that works out. Because the men have never the men have never done super kind of high hopes for this thing. Let's see. Actually, hopefully I get to watch some of the table tennis matches. Those are crazy. Yeah.
So just very briefly, gotta sneeze.
Uh-oh.
Woo. So we'll go through this really briefly, but the 2024 list of Olympic sports, and just give me a yeet or nah.
Okay.
Archery,
Yeet.
artistic gymnastics.
Nah. If I can't happen to catch like a little bit of it, okay. Like if they show it during like the prime time where they show like a little bit of everything that happened that day, I'll sit through it, but I'm not really interested.
Artistic swimming.
Is that like, oh no, no.
So there is, and this one's, I'm very confused. It is just called athletics.
What is that?
Athletics is one of the oldest sports on record, with the names of champions documented from as far back as 776 BC. The ancient Olympic Games included events like the pentathlon, which consisted of a running race, long jump, discus throw, javelin throw, and wrestling. The first meets in modern times that can be likened took place in 1840 in Shropshire, England.
So this is like they do everything? As far as track and field goes?
Modern athletics is composed of various running, jumping, throwing, walking, and combined events. Due to its many categories and disciplines, athletics involves the most participants in a single sport at the Olympic Games.
Okay, I mean, if it's like everything,
that's what it sounds like. It's a bunch of stuff. I'm pulling up the schedule right now. So the first day, there's a men's 20-kilometer race walk, and then a woman's that same day. Then the next day, they've got men's decathlon, women's. So it's basically everything you would think.
As far as track and field goes, it seems
yeah.
That's okay.
Athletics is track and field to me.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not watching. I probably won't watch all of it, but when it starts getting down to like towards the the finals and the medals, I'd probably definitely be interested to see how this, because I'm sure you start to whittle down people, if they're, there's a point system. I'm sure, if you win and, whatever place you get a point, you get points for that and stuff like that. I mean, that's how I would think it was. That's how I think it was scored. But I'm not 100%. But yeah, I mean, I like when it starts getting down towards the finals, I'd probably watch some of that.
Next up, we got badminton.
Badminton is actually kind of interesting. I'm not gonna say yeet, but I definitely it's not a meh for me. I do enjoy watching some badminton. I won't watch like the whole thing, but I'll watch a couple matches here and there.
Okay. Basketball.
Of course, yes. Yeet.
Basketball 3-on-3.
Yeet.
Beach volleyball.
Yeet.
You're all about that women's.
I do, and actually, I like both in that. I like watching the men and the women on that one.
Fair enough.
The women more, of course, but
boxing.
I somehow never really see boxing. I see it in like the clips, like I talked about with the rhythmic gymnastics. But like, I'm not gonna say that if I happen to be able to catch a couple matches, I'm not gonna say I won't watch them, but. Yeah, it's not like it's not top on my list, but I'd definitely be down to watch some boxing though.
So this next one, I need to read this really briefly. Breaking is an urban dance style that originated in the United States in the 1970s. With roots in hip-hop culture, breaking first took form in the lively block parties in the Bronx borough of New York, and is characterized by acrobatic movements, stylized footwork, and the key role played by the DJ and the MC, Master of Ceremonies, during battles.
Oh, interesting. So each team's going to have like their own DJ?
That's no, you got to hear this, man.
Okay.
So the brief overview. The breaking competition at the Paris 2024 Olympic Games comprises 2 events, one for men and one for women, where 16 B-boys and 16 B-girls will face off in spectacular solo battles. Athletes will use a combination of power moves, including windmills, the 6-step, and freezes, as they adapt their style and improvise to the beat of the DJ's tracks in a bid to secure the judges' votes and take home the first Olympic breaking medals.
So so is it going to be like a couple DJs or is it like one DJ? For me, I would almost be like, I want a DJ from my country, but...
This sounds way too open to interpretation.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand I understand some of the stuff as far as b-boys go. I've watched breaking competitions. I know. I know some. Well, I knew breakers. I'm not really in contact with them anymore. But I knew some through Aloni, through other through like church and stuff like that.
Fuzzy Hat.
Well, I was thinking more like and then Jason Eigelhart, who is he was definitely a b-boy. The guys up at Aloni were definitely so like those are the guys. I mean, I didn't really realize that Lawrence did that, aka Fuzzy Hat. And then, but no, like I'm definitely interested to see like how this competition works. I kind of want to see. Hopefully, they like with new events. Sometimes they break down the scoring and stuff like that. So I'm interested to see like who they have DJing, how the tracks, the tracks and stuff like that. So,
and Jeff is saying hopefully they'll be better than a high school DJ.
Oh, they have to be. They're the DJs are very vital to these competitions. So, I mean, I've watched some like the whatchamacallit, the Red Bull dance competition they had. This was like a year or so ago.
Yeah, I'm ready to move on from this topic. So,
anyways, sorry.
Canoe slalom.
Right.
I'm all about canoe slalom, especially when they do it in an actual river rather than like a man-made canal or something.
Yeah,
I don't know where they'll be doing it, but
yeah.
Canoe sprint. So that's like a straight up, just like race to.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeet or.
I'm meh.
Okay. Cycling, BMX freestyle.
I like those. I like those competitions. It's kind of reminds me of X Games a little bit.
Cycling, BMX racing. That's where you
think
get like
was
the
that
dirt hills and
the
crap.
dirt track.
Yep.
Probably, yeah. I'd be interested in check that out. But most likely, when I watch that, I'll be looking towards like when I watch that, I'll be looking towards like the semifinals and the finals of that one.
Cycling mountain bike.
Oh, interesting. I don't think I've ever really seen that before.
All right. Cycling road.
I've seen some of that, and like again, it'd be one of those towards the end.
Cycling just on the track, that high banked,
That high bank track, yeah, definitely. I do enjoy watching some of those. Definitely would be a probably quarterfinals through finals type situation for me.
diving,
Yay.
equestrian,
I've seen a little bit, and it's it's okay. So I mean, I'll watch a little bit, but no, I'm not gonna sit there and watch the whole thing.
and what is equestrian?
That's with the horses.
Just wanted to make sure. Fencing,
I do dig fencing. I probably won't watch all of it, but if I can catch some, I definitely will watch it.
football,
What, soccer?
football,
I mean, probably not.
when everyone in the world calls it football except for USA, it's football.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just want to because I heard something about they want to bring they're thinking about bringing like the American version of football to the Olympics. But yeah, no, I mean, if I happen to I'll catch some scores, but like the clips of it, but I probably won't sit there and watch the whole thing.
Okay. Golf,
Probably again highlights.
handball,
Highlights. I mean, I might watch one or two, but yeah,
hockey,
probably not.
judo,
Again, if I happen to catch some, cool. If not, not a huge deal.
marathon swimming,
Um, I mean, I probably watch a little bit of that. I do enjoy the swimming competitions, but yeah.
modern pentathlon,
Yeah. Again, it'd probably be towards the end of that one if I watch any at all.
just to be clear, the modern pentathlon is made up of 4 events combining 5 sports. Riding with a show jumping course on an unfamiliar horse that the athlete is allocated in a draw just 20 minutes before they compete.
Oh wow.
Fencing, which is split into 2 rounds, a ranking round where each athlete competes against each other athlete in a bout lasting 1 minute or until the first hit, and a second round based on the results of the first round. The format of the second round is single elimination with each bout lasting 45 seconds. Points are scored for each winning bout. Swimming with a 200-meter freestyle event.
Okay.
Running and shooting with a laser run where athletes alternate between running and shooting at 5 targets from a distance of 10 meters.
Actually, that sounds actually pretty quite interesting. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes.
Especially the part with getting a horse 20 minutes before. Like you don't have a chance to. It's like you got to get out. You got to know how to train. You have to know how to work with any horse, bro.
Yes. And evidently, Jeff was trying to do a dig at me, thinking I was a DJ, which I used to DJ like Sea Scout dances back in the day, but I didn't DJ for people to break dance, that's for sure. Next up, rhythmic gymnastics.
Yeah, probably. And
This is where you get like the batons and like little ribbons.
yeah.
This one for me, this next one for me is a yeet, but rowing,
Oh yeah. Definitely rowing yeet.
rugby sevens. So 7-on-7.
I'd like to watch just because like I don't know rugby that well. Like I've seen like 2 matches in my entire lifetime. So rugby is one of those sports that does interest me.
Okay. Sailing,
Again, highlights. That's a highlight for me.
shooting,
I do like shooting. But that's probably when it starts getting down, to the finals.
So, and I believe they generally are just doing target shooting.
Yeah.
I miss the good old days of the skeet shooting, but ski. Skateboarding,
I do like watching some skateboarding. Yeah.
sport climbing,
Oh. Oh, that's right. They did introduce that to the last Olympics, and I did watch a little bit of that, and it was actually pretty good. So I'd definitely be interested in watching some of this.
surfing,
Yeah. I mean, again, if starts when it starts getting around like the gold medal competitions, then yeah. But other than that, okay.
swimming,
Oh yeah, yeet for sure.
table tennis,
Yeet.
taekwondo,
Hmm.
tennis,
Is it? Oh, I enjoyed tennis. Yes.
trampoline,
I kind of just want to see it because I mean I didn't really watch it the last time around, but I mean it's like I was like trampoline. Okay.
trampoline,
Yeah, that's Homer Simpson.
triathlon,
Um, like I know I sometimes catch a good portion of it, so I can keep that going.
swim, bike, run,
Yep,
uh, volleyball,
of course, both indoor and beach and indoor.
water polo,
I normally end up catching a little bit of water polo, so I mean I don't see why I wouldn't watch a little bit of it, but it's not like a sport that I'm like gotta follow.
weightlifting,
I do like watching some of that. Again, it's one of those that if I happen to catch it, cool. If I don't, not the end of the world for me.
and lastly, wrestling.
Wrestling. I
Nope.
do.
Wrestling.
I know wrestling. Yeah. No, I mean, I do enjoy watching. I enjoy watching like the finals of that one as well.
So, all in all, having heard all of the different events, are you more excited now?
Oh, I'm like I said, I love the Olympics. I even Summer Olympics is definitely one of my favorites. I watch the Winter Olympics as well, but this one is I definitely enjoy the Summer Olympics more.
Are you excited that in 4 years the Summer Olympics are coming to LA?
Uh, kind of. I mean, I definitely would love to be able to go to to see some events, but I'm not holding my breath. But I mean, regardless, I'm excited that it's coming here. Yes, but I'm also excited. I just like I said, I just really enjoy the Olympics.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, with that, I think I'm all tapped out on topics. You got anything else?
No, man. I think that pretty much does it, man.
Well, we just as a reminder are a mere 10 days away from your arrival back up here in Northern Nevada,
Yep.
and 11 days until you have your opportunity to procure
Yes,
the Murphy's Inc.
that is correct. That's exciting.
special ash can preview.
Ash hand.
It's crazy, just to wrap it up, but it is crazy that we've been talking about this Murphy's Inc. comic book and doing a Murphy's Inc. comic book for a very long time.
Yeah.
And to have this tangibly in my hands.
The real
Um,
one.
I mean,
Not the
it's the
homemade
ash
copy.
can. It's the ash can, right? Yeah, this is
Right.
This is the legit, like, this is
Yeah.
the real thing, real deal, like,
Yeah.
and I guess I'll take a moment here to say that you didn't. I don't think you knew this. So Lawrence and Diego actually came up and visited briefly last week. They were here. I don't care that you got to pee. That's not my issue. So Lawrence and Diego were here on Friday. They brought some stuff up in preparation for Silver Age Comic Con,
Nice.
and we got to sit at my my dining room table. We sat and talked for a few hours. And I can officially announce that the ash can for Mickey Mouse in the Fantastic Worlds of Steamboat Willie will be available at KaboomCon.
Oh my gosh! Awesome. That's awesome.
We have also decided on kind of a strategic release schedule. So we've talked about on here that we're going to do Kickstarters for the issue ones of each of these comics. And Mickey, dang, James just like straight bounced. He must have to go pee really badly. But I can announce here and now that Mickey Mouse in the Fantastic Worlds of Steamboat Willie will be the first issue one Kickstarter, which I'm waiting for James to come back. I'm like trying to tease this out because he's not even aware of some of this stuff, some of these decisions that were made. So come on back, James. While we're waiting on James, just as a reminder what we're talking about.
Dead in his tracks. Oh, steamboat, ooh, steamboat, steamboat, please.
All right, James is back. So, as I was saying, while you just decided to take off and go,
Sorry, I couldn't hold it anymore. I was starting to taste it.
gross. So we did also decide. So as I just previously said, Mickey Mouse in the Fantastic Worlds of Steamboat Willie, the ash can will be available at KaboomCon, but also releasing day of KaboomCon. I shouldn't say releasing. Starting September 7th for 30 days will be Mickey Mouse in the Fantastic Worlds of Steamboat Willie issue 1 Kickstarter.
Nice.
So we are going to go with Mickey Mouse first, followed closely behind by Murphy's Inc. Issue 1, and followed closely behind that with Midgard. No, just kidding. Midgard, I feel like I want it to be next, but it will not be next. Midgard, I feel like, you know, when you look at where Midgard is at, going back to those images from earlier, like we've already got 2. You know what I mean? Like, come on. I'm so like, and you know, especially talking with Lawrence and Diego while they were up here about Midgard specifically, like getting more in depth and understanding, you know, what that's going to look and feel like, and you know, the intention of that series. Man, I'm just, I don't know how to explain because there's so much like depth behind that series. But you know, obviously there's always going to be a close affinity for me when it comes to like Murphy's Inc. But like, I think Midgard is probably the one that I am like most excited to see come to life.
Right.
And you, I mean, the one that I know the least amount about compared to you, especially, is Light Trail.
Yeah.
So what can you tell the audience really briefly about Light Trail?
Light Trail is a it's part intergalactic battle, family battle, and Earthling accidentally gets pulled into it. He ends up there's it's a relic that these 2 brothers who are engaged in this battle are looking for. Upon finding it, it is basically stripped away from them, and so it's been sent to a planet they've never been to, called Earth, and and it just happens that a very I guess a teenager gets drawn into this battle, um, kind of unwillingly and unwittingly gets drawn into this battle, and yeah, and that's just from what I know. Like I don't even know how far it goes, but that is yeah. As far as I know, that's just at least like the basics of it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's actually like it's that one was we recorded that we recorded pieces of that years ago, and it's a lot of it was a lot of fun to record that back then, and I'm just excited to really see it, again come to full fruition now.
And back when you worked on that, was there a lot of imagery to go along with it?
Of some of the characters, like I know the character that I played, um uh the character that Lawrence played, I think there was some imagery of I think of Light Trail, like Light Trail himself. um so yeah, I think it was yeah, I think there was some imagery but not a lot, like some of the other characters that you hear in just the demo that we had, aren't actually in. I don't remember seeing image before them.
Fair enough. Well, you got anything else?
No, man, I think I am good to go.
All right. Well, with that,